Hey everybody, I'm Casey Friday, and this is the 19-foot fiberglass travel trailer that I currently live in full-time with my wife and small dog. This is a molded fiberglass travel trailer made by Escape Trailer out of Canada. They're actually located in Chilliwack, British Columbia, and we drove from San Antonio, Texas, all the way up to British Columbia to pick this trailer up, and then it was sort of a comedy of errors getting it registered and going to different places trying to get it inspected and all that sort of thing. But we did eventually get it registered. So it is registered in Texas as being a full-time RV resident. You have very slim choices. There are about 3 different choices: Florida, Texas, and I believe South Dakota, that you can choose for your full-time residence. And Texas made the most sense for us since our driver's licenses were already in Texas. And it was just a simple change of address to the full-time mail forwarding service that we use. So this travel trailer is 19 feet long and it weighs about 3,800 pounds fully loaded. It does weigh about 2,600 pounds when it is completely empty with the base options. We got a couple extra options which added some weight, and that 3,800 pounds does not include the tanks being filled. It's very easy to tow at only 19 feet long. Backing into tricky spots and gas stations is no problem. Backing into camp spots is quite easy also. We get about 17 to 20 miles per gallon when driving around the city without the trailer attached, and we get about 13 to 16 miles per gallon when the trailer is being towed. Starting with the propane powered stuff is a 12,000 BTU Atwood furnace that's filled up about once every 2 weeks during the cold season because we're running the furnace in here during the nighttime. We also have an electric heater. It's a DeLonghi ceramic heater, and I'll link that in the description below. Another propane powered item that you might not expect is the fridge. It's a 6.7 cubic foot Dometic 3-way fridge, so it can run on either propane, or if you're plugged into shore power, 120 volt AC, or you can also run it on DC. It's not as large as the full-size fridges in buses, but it is a bit larger than most of the standard fridges in Airstreams and other small fiberglass trailers of this size. Another propane-powered item is the water heater. It's a 2-way Suburban propane electric water heater, so it will run either on 120 volt AC or propane. And when we're plugged in to shore power, obviously we just keep the electric on all the time so that the water is heated nearly instantly. And the trailer is so short that when you pull the hot water handle on the sink, you get hot water in just about 2 to 3 seconds. So it's very nice that the water is always hot and always ready to go. And if you want to heat it up with propane while you're out camping, we've done that too. It takes about probably 5 to 7 minutes in order to get it heated up. So you'll just turn the propane heater on about 5 to 7 minutes before you want to start cleaning dishes or take a shower or something like that, and then you'll have 6 gallons of hot water ready to go. Another propane item is the Atwood cooktop. It has 2 burners and plenty of space to saute something in a pan and boil something in another pan. So if you wanted to make rice and a sauteed beef with veggies or something like that, you can do those both at the same time. Same thing with spaghetti if you want to get the meat going. And the cooktop has a vent right above it that vents directly outside, so it's really easy to keep all of the smoke and whatnot outside. It's very important in a trailer this small to make sure that there's not condensation buildup. And the easiest way to get condensation buildup is to have lots of heat inside the trailer with no way for it to escape. So it's nice to have the vent to keep the steam out of the trailer. So on to the electrical powered stuff. This trailer has 30 amp service, which means you can plug in a power cord from your shore power to get 30 amps to the trailer of AC power at 120 or 110 volts, whichever you prefer. We have a removable power cord that is about 20 feet long. We also have a progressive EMS HW30C. That's the model number. It's an electrical management system and a surge protector, so it will protect up to 1,790 joules or 44,000 amps. It's got high and low voltage protection, so that means if we go to a campground that's serving maybe 104 volts, it will just not take the power into the trailer so it doesn't damage any of our equipment or our air conditioner. And if it's getting too much voltage, it will also turn that off and it will not accept the voltage into the trailer. We have dual 6-volt batteries. They have 232 amp hours of capacity, and I want to get a battery monitor for them. We can see the voltage of the batteries on our digital readout that shows tank levels and battery level. However, that's not quite accurate. If you think about your cell phone starts at 100% and will go all the way down to 1%. You can see exactly how much percentage of battery you have left during the day. That's not the same thing with a trailer. Just getting the voltage is not an accurate reading of how many amps you've used. So if you get a battery monitor, it will actually show you the exact percentage of battery power you have left based on the total amp hour rating of your battery setup. So I'd like to get that set up because you're not supposed to let AGM batteries like the ones we have go below, I think it's 40%. And it would be really nice if we could see an exact readout of how far down we're going when we use our batteries while dry camping. We also have a 150 watt solar panel. It is a Samlex solar panel that comes with an SRV 150 30A charging kit. That's the model number for the solar controller. And basically we can look at that to get detailed information about how many amps we're pulling in, how many watts we're currently generating, and that sort of thing to see exactly how the solar is performing. We also have all LED lights in this trailer, and we have incredibly bright output, which is great for cloudy days because of their warm temperature. We also have an inverter that is a Samlex 1500 watt. The model number is SSW 1512A. It's a pure sine wave inverter. We also got a transfer switch to send AC to all outlets when using the inverter. We also have an air conditioner, which we've only used a couple times since purchasing this trailer. It's an 11,000 BTU Dometic air conditioner that only works on AC voltage. We also have a max fan, which we use almost 24/7. The flow is reversible, but we usually keep it so that it's pulling air from the inside of the trailer to the outside. A fun thing to do is when it's about 25 degrees outside at night, really chilly, if you turn that thing on max, it sort of feels like you're skiing in the bed. So on to the water stuff. We have a 20-gallon freshwater tank and a 6-gallon water heater. And because of that, we have a 26-gallon gray water tank. We also have a 19-gallon black water tank and a 12-volt on-demand water pump. The bathroom sink feeds the shower handle. So if you want to take a shower while you're hooked up to a water connection, the water in the water heater will last about 5 to 7 minutes, and that will be all 6 gallons of hot water. So on to some other stuff. We also have a queen bed in here that has a spring mattress, and it's pretty comfortable. It's definitely not as bad as I thought a spring mattress would be after coming from a Tuft & Needle mattress. I'll put a link to the Amazon page for the Tuft & Needle mattress below. That's the one that we thought we were going to buy for this trailer, but the bed that came with it is actually pretty nice, so we're not worried about getting a new bed. There's plenty of storage. We've got overhead compartments almost all the way around the trailer, and the sort of interesting thing about a fiberglass trailer is that the overhead compartments are what keep the trailer stable. So you have to have those overhead compartments, and if you didn't, then when the wind blew, the thing would basically crack and fall apart. We also have storage under the seating benches and in the kitchen pantry. The kitchen pantry is quite impressive. Going shopping and putting food into the fridge and the pantry, we're able to have enough groceries to last us about 2.5 weeks overall. There's also storage underneath the bed. That's where we keep a large Tupperware container with most of the stuff that's easy to pack away. I also put my guitar underneath the bed. And then we have a front box in front of the trailer that has even more storage, and that's where we'll keep things like the water hose and the power cord and the ramps for the wheels, as well as the little Lego blocks that are for leveling the trailer. There's also a bike rack on the back of the trailer that I purchased separately, and it goes into the special ordered 2-inch receiver on the back of the trailer. That's not a standard option, but you can get that if you want to have a bike rack. And there's an enormous chain and a really beefy lock around the bikes, so hopefully that will keep thieves away. Speaking of keeping thieves away, there's also a mega hitch lock on the hitch, which I would highly suggest to anyone who has a trailer. Use something. Obviously, a determined thief is going to steal whatever they want to, but if you can deter them at least a little bit, maybe they'll try to steal something else. So the mega hitch lock is very nice, as well as the master lock that I have around the chains. We also opted for extra insulation and thermal windows. The extra insulation is very likely just some extra Reflectix in the walls, which when building the tiny house, we felt an instant difference when putting up the Reflectix. It really blocks heat out and keeps the cool in very well. On a scale of 1 to 10, we'd have to give living in this RV for the past 6 months about an 8. I think the only thing we'd really want more is more space, like a separate area to go to for working and personal time, and possibly a bit more stretching out space, sort of like a lounge area with some lazy boys or something. No, seriously, we'd love some captain's chairs in this thing. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this tour of our 2015 Escape 19. I'll catch you in the next one.